Hey everyone, Marvin here, and welcome back to Buddy Up Gaming. In this 9th episode of our Golden Path walkthrough for I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, we're stepping into Saul's 8th year on Vertumna, also known as Year 17. In the last episode, we focused on deepening Saul's relationships and nudging long-running storylines forward. We pushed Rex's bar project into motion, opened up the Western Ridge for exploration, helped spark the early pieces of Vace's therapy arc, and enjoyed a host of small but powerful character moments, right up to a dramatic glow season where Lum's risky gambit almost left the colony in ruins. So, what does success look like in Year 17? This year marks a major transition for Saul. For the first time, they can start dating their companions, opening up a whole new layer of character development. We'll also unlock the final expedition zone, the subaqueous swamps. Rex's bar project finally reaches completion, unlocking the cafe and setting the stage for Tang and Dis's reconciliation arc. And beyond those milestones, Year 17 is filled with heartfelt moments that show just how far Saul and their friends have come. Right at the start of the year, you'll notice that Saul and their friends have new character models. Childhood is firmly in the past, and suddenly, hormones are running wild. Everywhere Saul goes, someone is flexing, flirting, or figuring out what relationships mean in this strange new world. Even Nomi has an adorable scene where they play an RPG with Saul, and their characters just won't stop flirting with each other. This is also the year when Saul can start dating. Generally, you'll need a relationship score of 80 or higher to unlock the option. Nem and Vace will begin the year in a relationship, and unless you've taken specific steps to prevent it, Cal and Tammy will also start dating. But everyone else is fair game for Saul. I've linked a guide in the description that goes into detail about the requirements for each romance, and which ones last through the end of the game. In my run, I had run low on collectibles, so I used this year to stock back up through expeditions. Even if you're set on items, I still recommend going on one expedition to unlock the subaqueous swamps, the final expedition zone. To do this, just talk with Utopia at the start of the expedition. The swamps are especially useful for catching up on your relationship with Vace. Unlike other zones, the swamps are packed with dangerous encounters, with Saul and Vace fighting off hostile wildlife. Completing these events often gives a +2 boost to their relationship. Be sure to finish the zone's final event as well. Doing so sets up a follow-up event on your next visit, where Saul can tame their third pet, the Unisaur. This final event is especially intense. Saul and Vace stumble on a faceless, germinating in a vat of water. It escapes and attacks, and Saul will need at least 30 persuasion to convince Vace to stand together. If you're cutting it close, equip the cool jacket from Mars in Year 12 to give Saul the extra persuasion points needed to pass the check. Another possible milestone you might reach during exploration is the infamous Sim Death event. During an encounter, Sim saves Saul from a manticore, but appears to die in the process. Don't panic, Sim isn't truly gone, but Saul will enter a mourning state for 3 months, reducing skill gains and blocking some activities. This debuff can be frustrating, but it's worth triggering the event sooner rather than later. You'll need to keep interacting with Sim across multiple years to reach the Overseer and eventually secure the peace ending. Delaying this step risks running out of time later, so it's better to rip off the band-aid now. If you've been giving Rex mushwood logs consistently, you can complete construction of the bar this year. Once it's finished, keep working in the living quarters until an event with Dr. Instance pops up. She'll offer Saul the chance to take over the counselor role once held by Besk, Dis and Tang's mother. Accepting unlocks the work in the cafe activity, where Saul doubles as counselor and barista. This activity increases Saul's empathy and creativity, so we can use it as our primary way of maxing out Saul's creativity skill. It also provides a whopping 18 kudos, which makes it great for when Saul has the popular status. Our primary goal, however, is triggering the events that lead to Tang and Dis's reconciliation arc. These events trigger randomly, but if you complete the bar this year, you should have plenty of time to get through all of them before the end of the game. Year 17 also gives us some major turning points in character storylines. First up are Nem and Vase. Once Nem's relationship score reaches 90, Saul can have a heartfelt conversation with her, pointing out the abusive ways Vase has been treating her. This gives Nem the courage to reflect on the relationship and ultimately end it. Breaking things off is an important step to unlock Vase's therapy arc, and it also opens the door for Saul to pursue a romance with Nem. By this point in the run, you'll likely max out relationships with all of the Stratos kids. Doing so unlocks the final, most powerful versions of their companion cards, which can be game changers in tougher card challenges. Tang also has an important moment this year. She asks Saul for help on a secret project with Dr. Instance, but dodges questions about the details. Complete any engineering activity and you'll uncover the truth. Lum has ordered them to design a bioweapon to wipe out the native wildlife. Saul can intervene and help Tang confront Lum, sparing her from being complicit in something that would haunt her forever. At this year's Vertumna, we learned that the festival contests are coming to an end. This year still features a final competition, but after this, the colony decides to retire them. By now, Saul doesn't really need the reward cards, but I'll admit I'll miss the lighthearted antics those contests brought every year. Governor Lum also makes a big announcement. Tammy is pregnant, making her the first colonist to carry a child on Vertumna. It's an incredible moment of hope, but Lum shamelessly uses it to bolster his own image. Meanwhile, maxing out relationships brings some of the sweetest scenes in the game. Tammy reflects on how becoming a mother has given her a profound sense of purpose, a sharp contrast to the constant anxiety she felt as a child. Mars, too, has a wonderful scene at Relationship 90 where she steps back to reflect on how much everyone has changed and grown. It's a glimpse of the thoughtful, balanced leader she might one day become. During Glow, Saul can choose to either shelter in place, gaining a relationship boost with Rex and Nomi, or join the defense squad to support the colony. In my run, Saul had started dating Nem, so I chose to fight alongside her. This year's attack is relentless. Waves of invaders keep coming, and the defense force is pushed to its limits, forced to fight in grueling shifts day after day. Nem steps up in a big way, pulling double or even triple duty, refusing to back down no matter how exhausted she gets. After 6 brutal days of non-stop combat, the defenders finally manage to drive the invasion back. It's a hard-fought victory, but one that underscores just how close the colony is to the edge. And that wraps up Year 17 in our Golden Path walkthrough. This year, Saul took their first steps into Romans and unlocked the final expedition area, the dangerous subaqueous swamps. We helped Rex finish building his bar, opening the way to Tang and Dis's reconciliation arc, and also reached important milestones with Nem, Vase, and the rest of Saul's companions. Between the heartfelt personal moments and the brutal siege during Glow, this year really highlighted both the bonds holding the colony together and the immense pressure threatening to tear it apart. In the next episode, we'll guide Saul through Year 18, a dramatic chapter where we set the stage for a mutiny that will finally unseat Lum's leadership once and for all. Here on screen is the month-by-month breakdown of the actions I took. Feel free to use it as a reference for your own run. If you're enjoying this walkthrough, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment here on Buddy Up Gaming. I'd love to hear how your own Exocolonist runs are going. See you on Vertumna.